What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got yet another top 5 video to do this Saturday afternoon for your entertainment. Today we're going to be doing my top 5 favorite pocket clips. This is a big deal to me. A lot of you guys might be thinking he's reaching for top 5 content. Sometimes it actually is hard to think up a top 5 video for Saturday, but I've been wanting to do a pocket clips video for a long time. You know, as far as like how the knife rides, how easy it is to pull from my pocket or put it back into my pocket, that's a big deal. That actually has a huge impact as far as whether or not I'll carry that knife. And I've handled a ton of knives and a ton of different pocket clips, so this is a very set in stone top 5 list. You guys are probably wondering, what does the Victorinox Cadet have to do with this video? It doesn't have a pocket clip. It doesn't have anything to do with this video. It's a placeholder while I talk and do my normal thing. Before we get into it, if you have not done so already, I know you guys are sick of hearing me say this. If you have not done so already, go to the link in the description here and check out Nick Shabazz's best new YouTube gear reviewer contest that he's currently hosting. This channel and 49 others have been submitted, or we've submitted one video to represent our channels. What you can do is you can go in and watch each of our videos. You can fill out a form and kind of critique us on what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. It would mean the world to me as well as the other content creators. If you haven't done that yet, that would really be great. If you have, thank you very much for doing that. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into my number 5 favorite pocket clip, the Benchmade deep carry clip. Now, this is not attached to a knife because it was attached to a Benchmade that I dropped on the concrete outside, and it scratched the black paint off of it, and I was like, that's ugly. So I went ahead and got a satin one. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been in that situation before. This carries just about perfectly on most Benchmade knives, ProTech knives, Les George knives. Sorry, I'm bumping into my camera here. What else? There's a bunch of other stuff that it attaches to. The 3-hole standard pocket clip or pocket knives, Emerson knives, that's the other one I couldn't remember. These attach really, really well. It's got that nice divot. The pocket clip itself is not super long. It's not super thick or super wide. It's just nice. It's just perfect. Simple. I don't mind the billboarding that Benchmade is doing right here. The only thing that sucks about it is a lot of deep carry clips have this problem. They don't have the countersunk screws. They stick up, so it catches the seam of your pants as you push the pocket clip in or pull it back out. That is definitely on my top 5 favorite list. Anyways, let's move on to number 4 here. My number 4 favorite pocket clip is going to be the pocket clip on the Hinderer XM18. Now, I know you guys are like, he's just looking for another excuse to put an XM18 in a video. I love putting my XM18s in videos, definitely. If I have a chance, I will, but I'm still going to be honest about it. This is not all of my pocket clips, or the pocket clips on this list are going to be deep carry clips. In fact, I actually prefer sometimes to have about that much meat sticking out. I really like the Rick Hinderer clip because you don't have a divot, but this part of the bill, I guess, of the pocket clip doesn't stick up enough for me to actually feel like it's going to be bent out or going to catch something and bend out. It's not too high. It's got great retention. I really like how it feels, and my finger, as I pull, it kind of catches that slot back there, or the back lip of that slot, and allows me to pull the knife easier. I can also pull the knife here on top of the screws, and I don't have to worry about screws on this one catching on my pants. This one is just a substantial clip, and on a knife that's really heavy duty, I appreciate a clip that also feels heavy duty, and it's set in place. I mean, I have never had a clip on an XM18 break off. Now, I'm sure some people have, but this clip is set in stone, so to speak. Really, really like that clip. Moving on here, is my camera having trouble focusing? There we go. Moving on here to my number 3 favorite pocket clip. This might come as some surprise to you guys. Only recently had I discovered this one. This is the MXG Gear deep carry clip. Now, this is a pocket clip that is modular with a lot of different Spyderco knives. And I took a look at this thing and I was like, what? Why is this so popular? It's got this hole in it and it looks like a big stupid spoon. Truthfully, yeah, it does kind of look ugly. But I thought, if you know the story on my Man X2 and why I bought it, my thoughts on the Man X2 and most Spydercos is that they are aesthetically pretty ugly. And I was okay with that, with this one being a user. Now, I have since dressed it up with copper scales because I really love this knife and I have a lot of respect for it. But I thought, you know what? This is a good opportunity to test out this clip. I can understand why people like it. It makes it super deep carry, which isn't always a good thing. But on this knife, I really appreciate it, definitely. I can't explain exactly why, just the position, I mean, I guess just the overall size and mass of the knife and how it sits, how it carries in my pocket. I really, really like how much of this huge knife and this tall or fat knife it hides. I definitely appreciate that. Now, you do have screws that stick up a little bit, but for whatever reason, this MXG Gear clip seems to pass over the seam of my pants a little bit better. And it also is so short and out of the way that it alleviates any hot spots that existed in the first place. The Manix 2 doesn't have a lot of hot spots. It had a little tiny bitty one with the pocket clip, but that was completely alleviated as soon as I installed this, so I really appreciate that one. People who love, like, you know, the Para 3, they just don't like the pocket clip because of the overall size of the knife and where it puts the bill of the pocket clip in your palm. It's definitely a hot spot on the Para 3. That is alleviated by this clip. If you really, really want to love the Para 3 but can't because of the pocket clip, switch it out with the MXG Gear deep carry clip. This is an awesome must-have clip for any Spyderco knives that, you know, the positioning of the clip just bothers you. That was a recent surprise for me. I really came to love it. All right, my number 2 favorite pocket clip. Now this was difficult because, like some of my other top 5 videos, you know, my number 2 and number 1, sometimes the number 1 is like way off on its own island, and there's no question whatsoever that it is my absolute number 1 spot. And sometimes, like in this case, it's so close. It's so difficult to say, you know, definitively that one is better over the other. But I'm gonna have to be honest here. I've hinted at this before in some other videos, saying that, you know, this has got to be like my favorite pocket clip. But I sat down and I thought about it. Honestly, I really did. I sat down and thought about it, pros and cons for each, and I've decided to give this one the number 2 spot. This is the deep carry clip on the Doug Ritter RSK MK1 G2. Is that correct? I haven't said that model number out loud to myself in a long time, so I can't remember if that's exactly right. Essentially, this is the Doug Ritter Benchmade Griptilian that is made by Hogue and has been transformed into its most supreme variant, I guess. You know, this saying that it's like the best Griptilian. This is I'm pulling away from this video, but me saying that this is the best Griptilian is something that is echoed by a lot of people, and namely, I didn't realize this right away. Namely, that was mentioned almost word for word in a Slicey Dicey video. He and I said almost exactly the same thing. He said the Ritter Hogue is the best, or ironically, the best Griptilian is made by Hogue, or something to that. But we said almost exactly the same thing, and I did not realize that until down the road. Anyways, but we're getting aside from it here. Anyways, the pocket clip on this guy is a better version of in my opinion, it's a better version of the Benchmade deep carry clip. The reason that I like it more is because it's just ever so slightly longer, but it's got that spoon shape at the end, which just gives it a little bit more stability, a little bit more security when it's attached to your pants. And for whatever reason, this swoop right here, it just feels really nice. It's a good combination between this and the Spyderco spoon-shaped clip. I really, really like this. The only downside to it, it's the same flaw as is with the regular deep carry clip from Benchmade. It's that these screws stick up a little bit, and you do have to fight it just a little bit to get it over your pants. Not quite, for whatever reason, not quite as bad as this one. They look to be like exactly the same. That's weird, but it's like everything that I love about the Spyderco spoon clip and everything I love about the Benchmade deep carry clip, all, you know, wrapped together into one thing. And it's so, maybe it's because I love this knife so much. It's just nice to have this like amazing kind of unique and kind of combination of two other popular clips made into one on this knife. I mean, this is an excellent pocket clip. It rides perfectly. You know, it's positioned in a way, especially on this knife, where it is deep carry, but you still have a little bit out of the pocket. And for whatever reason, I prefer that a little bit over knives that carry absolutely deep in your pocket, meaning they cover the entire knife, or the entire knife is covered. by the seam of your pants. But this is an excellent, excellent pocket clip. Definitely deserving of my number 2 spot. Number 1. Let's move on to number 1. I'm not going to make it super duper dramatic. I am going to give an example of a variant of this clip that I like, but it would have actually not been, this would have actually been number 1 had it not been for this exact style of this clip that I'm about to show. My number 1 favorite pocket clip that I've ever used is actually the pocket clip, the spoon pocket clip that comes on these Spyderco knives. Now, not specifically this one. I love this. When I was talking about the combination of the Spyderco spoon clip and the Benchmade deep carry clip making the Hogue Ritter, this is what I mean. It's these two clips together making this one. You see what I mean? Now, this would have been number 1 were it not for the clip on the Shaman. This clip carries perfectly. It has no, in my opinion, it has no downsides. It is easy to get in the pocket, easy to get out, has the divot, has the spoon side, carries with the exact amount of meat that I want hanging out of my pocket. And a lot of people don't like this, but I like that the lanyard hole is right in the middle of it. Some people don't like that. I like it. Aesthetically, I like it. I'm not the type of person to actually carry a knife with a lanyard on it, but I really like that. I like how this looks. It ties into the knife perfectly. You know, it just looks, it's just perfect. That pocket clip looks and functions perfectly on that knife. I love the Shaman. If you guys don't know, if you haven't been a part of my channel, I love the Spyderco Shaman. And the pocket clip is a huge reason for that. If this had a stupid wonky pocket clip that was bent over here or weird or not symmetrical or had some bunch of speed holes in it like this, ugh. If it had a bunch of speed holes in it or some dumb crap, I'd hate it. But this is perfect. And it's stonewashed. I don't have to worry about the situation that was happening with this one where all the paint was coming off. I've bumped into a whole bunch of stuff with this thing. You can see a couple little nicks on the outside of there. No issues whatsoever. It's held in place. It's, you know, it just looks nice. It looks perfect on this knife. Another reason to love the Spyderco Shaman. These are all fantastic pocket clips. You know, I love them all. They all function perfectly. They all, you know, bring me happiness when I'm carrying them because I feel like, you know, they're secure. They're going to be easy to get out if I need the pocket clip to come out of my pocket for some work. They're going to hold the knife firmly in place when I don't need them. You know, these are all great clips. I love them. Sorry, I feel bad not having an actual Benchmade knife that's deserving of that clip. But in a lot of cases, that clip is actually better than most Benchmade knives, if you guys know what I'm saying. Benchmade, just fix your quality control, and I can start saying some nicer things about you. I'm sorry. I really do love Benchmade knives. I really do. They're great. They just have the QC issues. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was entertaining. If you did, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So please check that stuff out because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.